Hi YouTube, this is Amy. This is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I am your Wednesday vlogger. You can find my channel at Amy SD Mom. I had the vertical sleeve over 2.5 years ago. Met my goal about 11 months ago. So this week's question is, do I dread holiday meals? The first holiday after having weight loss surgery for me, Thanksgiving was a little odd. Used to piling the food on my plate and sitting down at the table for, I don't know, an hour and shoving in as much as I possibly could. And this year, everybody else did that, but I had my little saucer full of food, and I personally don't like to prolong my eating. I eat for maybe 20 minutes and then I stop, because if I sit there for an hour and try to eat more food, I can, because the food that's in my sleeve can move down into my intestines and I can eat more. So when I eat dinner, I normally eat until I feel that full, I'm done, and then I get up and walk away. So it's hard for me to sit there and kind of watch everybody else eating. It's not that I want to eat the food that they're eating, because I don't. It feels awkward to them. Is that all you're going to eat? Like, they feel like they're eating too much or whatnot. That was my first year's experience. And I pretty much stayed away from everything. Last year, I had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I actually hit my goal November 19th of last year. So I was in maintenance, and I was able to stay at my goal weight through the holidays. I was still eating wheat and still eating sugar at that point. I would bake a lot for the kids, but I would eat half a cookie instead of 10 cookies. I still enjoyed the holidays, and I made sure to stay active and still work out. I definitely have a different relationship with food now. I actually have a pile of books here. I'm going to share some of these with you. This year, I've really focused on studying nutrition, and I never believed the calories in, calories out. I don't care what you say, you can put a negative comment here, but I did not eat 10,000, 6,000 calories a day when I was heavier to gain the amount of weight that I gained. I know that different foods react different in your body. Everybody is different. Everyone's body works different. You have to find what works best for you and how your body runs. And I have figured that out. And I've used these. I'm going to share some of these books with you. My family has a lot of diabetes. I was pre-diabetic. I also had insulin resistant, and I think I still do. So studying foods that don't raise your blood pressure or your blood sugar was important to me. So I picked up a couple of these books. The Low Glycemic Handbook. This goes over the foods that you can eat, and you wouldn't believe that you could still eat and they don't raise your blood sugar as much. This is really interesting. There's a lot of different books out there like this one. This one is the Low GI Handbook. Another book, Sugar Shock. As you guys know, if you've been watching me, I do not eat sugar. At least 90% of my intake, I try to stay as far away from table sugar as possible. I do eat natural fructose sugar from fruits and milks, but I do not eat table sugar. Table sugar is the second most damaging thing to your skin. So if you want to have healthy skin, you need to stay out of the sun and stay away from sugar. I do not eat sugar, so that will make it easy for me during the holidays to stay away from those store-bought cookies. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not going to make my own recipes with low sugar, no wheat, and that will be fun doing that, because I do love cooking and baking, and I do like finding healthy alternatives. So that's another good one. Along the lines of staying away from wheat. This one I'm not the whole way through. It's a very interesting book. The study of how wheat has changed in the past 100 years and how it's affected the American diet and the rise of obesity. And I truly believe that wheat is the devil. And I've actually been wheat free for quite a while now. And even if I get just a little bit of wheat accidentally in my diet, I feel terrible. So wheat and gluten free are two other things that I've been doing and read up on. And also one more, I have the Tosca Reno Eating Clean book, and then I have this one that has a lot of recipes in it. Eating clean, staying away from processed foods, just feeding your body what nature intended instead of a bunch of chemicals and junk. So, to answer the question, I do not fear food. I will enjoy the holidays. When I look at food, I don't indulge like I used to. I have a different mindset. I am disgusted by foods that are extremely bad for me, and I know that they're not going to make my body feel good, so it doesn't bother me to be around those things. I'm going to make the low fat, high protein choices, and there's yummy stuff like that throughout the holidays too. Turkey is great. Green bean casserole, no problem. I actually made one of those last night. I'm having green bean casserole for lunch with some shrimp. Deviled eggs, salad, nuts, no problem. I just, sweet potatoes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sweet potatoes if you don't load them up with marshmallows and butter and nuts. I mean, if you enjoy those things and they don't bother your body and you can eat them, and you can eat a bite here, a bite there, there's no problem in that. Now, if you haven't reached your goal yet and you're really trying to stay on track, you should probably try to stay away from a lot of these foods, especially the cakes and the cookies, to get to your goal. But if you're in maintenance, go for it. That's why we had this surgery. We had this surgery to be able to live our lives as normal as possible and stay a healthy weight. I hope that my video has helped, and I will see you guys next week. Happy holidays! And next week when you see me, I will have ran my first half marathon. Yay for me! Bye guys!